hi, it's Diane. I'm going to do a project with you today. I'm going to call it, well, it's working with string and a vessel. A vessel is a object that you can put stuff in, right? Could be a can like these. Could be, well, my glue. This is a vessel, right? And even my coffee cup here. This is a vessel. It has a very sort of tapered shape. It gets skinnier here and it gets wider here. So these are all vessels that have particular shape, but I'm looking for a vessel that has a symmetrical shape. So in my drawing here, I have a bottle I drew, and it's, if you draw a line right down the middle, it's the same on the left as it is on the right. So these fall into that category. Not so much this one has the handle sticking out, so I don't want to use one of these. I also want to bring your attention to the contour. We're going to talk about the contour of a shape like this. And when I talk about contour, actually here's an apple, and I took the apple and I put some rubber bands around it to show you the contour of this shape, of this mostly circular shape. You can see if you just imagine a line going around it, okay? And what we're going to do today with our small vessel is we're going to take some string and we're going to go around and around and around and around, have glue down there so it sticks on there, and actually create a real contour line by working with string. Now we could, the materials I have settled are scissors, the vessel, whatever it is, a simple vessel without a strange shape, string or yarn, glue, and that's pretty much all you need. So let's see how it goes. I haven't done one of these since I was really much younger, and I'm just going to wing it. I also want to talk about preparing a surface because I'm working on my great Aunt Winsome's dining room table, and I don't want to mess it up. So besides having a coaster under my coffee, which is a must in my family, you cannot put anything on this table without a coaster if you're going to drink it. But dry things are fine. I also have a laminated, it's kind of a poster. A kid made it for me, and it was about, it's a picture they made about being lectured, what they hate. I hate being lectured. I hate being lectured. And that shows probably a mom like me and then a kid saying, I don't like being lectured. So I actually laminated it, and I can use the back of it as a surface for glue. It's okay. I can wipe it up. It's perfect. Or I could put down some newspaper or any kind of scrap on my table so it doesn't get messed up with the glue, or even scratched with my scissors or marker on it. So it's important to prepare a surface before you begin because you don't want to get in trouble or be lectured. All right, so I have some string. I love the simplest kind of string. This is called wrapping twine. It's just cotton. But I did find some other string. We'll see how it goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue. I have just glue all, or I have Sobo. I think I'm going to, let's see. It doesn't usually come out of the tip for me very well. So although I could try to open one of these glues up and start on the bottom. This is the opening. Now I've had it cut open with a really cool can opener. It doesn't leave it sharp. So if you don't have one of those kind of can openers that cuts off things smoothly, then you need to get a new can opener or get any kind of vessel that's, oh, here's something I have here. This is not sharp at all, right? So I could clean this up, my vitamin C, and use it for this project as well. It is a symmetrical object, vessel that could do this, all right? If you have a giant can like this would take up a lot more string because you're going around a much wider thing. But that would be cool if you wanted to make something to plant something in. But I think I'm just going to decorate the small one today to give you an idea. Let's see if this comes out. Every time I get my glues out, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky it's coming out. Otherwise, if it didn't come out, I would tell you, I would open up the whole thing. I would put some glue into a scrap piece of container, like my cookie holder. I would put it in there, and I would just put it on by dipping my finger in and putting it around here, right? Putting it right on the can. If you have a can like this with the paper on it, you could go right over the paper, but I sort of love I love to see what's underneath the paper because I love cans, and I like to see how they make the cans with these ridges, which also look to be a contour line around the can. And as we get further with this, really like doing glue with my fingers. It's one of my favorite things in life is getting glue on my fingers. If you're not one of those people who like that, then this might not be your favorite project. All right, I'm starting. I think of this string like a snake. Like it's going around, starting at the bottom. I think it's easier to start at the bottom than the top for me. That's just who I am. I start at the bottom and work my way up. And as I turn the can, all right, the string is laying down and I just push it against it so it's nice and tight with a layer before it. And if I don't have enough glue, go ahead and add more glue. You can't use too much glue. As long as it's not dripping down your fingers, this glue is perfect, perfectly sticky. I'm getting a little bit on my fingers, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. It won't hurt you. I love white glue because you can do so much with it. And as I'm spinning this, if I left it straight, let's say I had, this keeps coming out of here, which I think is really fun, which I really like. But if your string was cut, you could do that too. You could cut a long piece and then wrap it maybe more easily for you if you like to have a shorter. And you could even put a different color on now. Let's see what happens. I've got about 1/2 inch on there and it's covered up pretty much most of the glue that I have on there. Now I'm pressing it. Half of gluing is pressing. That's what I say. All right. So I have that on there. It's like a snake going around and around. You start to see the contour again. It's like a line going around. Let's see if I use this. This is a very different kind of string. I'm just going to cut a piece off. Right. I'm going to add some more glue. Working with glue is what my mother would call the bee's knees, meaning really great. All right, let's see if I started to change the color, which means I just start where I left off with my string. This is kind of a twirly piece of, feels almost like it's cut fabric, this string. It's not quite yarn, but any kind of thin yarn or string will do, especially if you get permission to use it. If there's a knitter in your family or someone who likes to do that kind of stuff, they might have some scraps that they didn't use on their last project, and that's what you want to use. You want to recycle that so it doesn't get left around, you know. It's working out pretty well. It's kind of twirling as I do it. Sometimes I have to untwirl it. And maybe that's okay. So I got, it's sort of a blue, dark blue, black, purple. I'm going to cut that and go back to my original plain color, but I'm also going to push that down. All right. So you understand that as I'm building this up, it's going to have a pattern based on what I choose and what I put on here. It's going to have a pattern of color, both the plain cotton and the colorful, I guess it's polyester, and it's all good because it will give me a beautiful project in the end. Now when I'm done with this, see, it takes some time. This can fill up a lot of your afternoon, especially if you have a bigger can. This is a great project if you have time on your hands, you're sitting at home, you're kind of bored. All you need is a can, some white glue, some old string, and patience and fingertips. It's a very fingertippy thing to do, all right? So I'm going to stop now because I think you get the idea. I would go all the way up my my can. And when I finished, similar to this drawing of my bottle, what's really fun is to talk about contour drawing. So when you're done with your cans and you set them up and they have all that string wrapped around them, you could literally take another piece of paper or your sketchbook and do a drawing of what you see, looking at the lines, the contour lines going around your cup. And that is a very interesting project to show an art teacher in the future. Maybe you want to start building your sketchbook portfolio, but actually drawing the things you make or the toys you make or the ideas you have in your sketchbook is really a really great way to start becoming an artist that has lots of ideas easily found in their sketchbook. Okay, so that's it. It's a vessel, a symmetric vessel with string design. And yeah, what I also said is that you'll see the vessel's contour shape defined by the string lines you make. Adding different colors. If it tapers a lot, like this tapers, it might be trickier, but don't worry, just go really slowly. Let the glue dry, get thicker and dry so that when you put that string on, it holds. All right, and you can use the containers as a gift or put something in it, a pencil case. I use these all the time to put things into, but I don't usually have them designed so pretty. I take the paper off and I leave them around my house because I like cans. But now they'll look a lot nicer and have interest that no other can has. So enjoy that. Hope you like it. Tell me what you think.